So if I rewind all the way back to the beginning, I started surfing around age 8 when my grandfather pushed me into a wave down at Manly Beach, and I was hooked right from that first moment. And surfing was something I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and I managed to, I was lucky enough, I should say, that my family was really water orientated. We did a lot of sailing and boating and fishing, and it was a natural progression to head towards surfing, and for me it definitely clicked. And so I really took to surfing with everything. You know, I put my whole life into it. As a youngster, you know, all through school, all I was thinking about was going surfing, and wasn't too long before I had aspirations of being a professional surfer and making it a career. And so I went all through the junior circuit, onto the Australian circuit, onto the qualifying circuit, and then eventually made the championship tour through the mid-90s. And I had a very consistent career on the championship tour for over a decade, and that culminated in some big results. I had a win at Trestles at the CT level. I won numerous qualifying series events, and I was basically living my dream as a pro surfer. And then in the end of 2005, I was actually diagnosed with a really rare form of bone cancer. And that was situated in my hip. And that basically put an end to my pro career and started a whole new chapter in my life. Surfing was always going to be a part of that life, post-professional career, but another segment opened up, and that was to do with surfboards and board design and hardware and equipment. And it's been a passion of mine, surfboards and hardware, you know, really since those early professional days. And as a pro surfer, you really do need to understand your equipment. You're performing at the highest level, so understanding how board design works and why a surfboard works is really important. And I think that laid the foundations for me. And really sparked this interest in surfboards and design. And, you know, the bug really bit me after I left the tour, and it wasn't long after that I started to learn the design programs, and it was right at the beginning stages of you know, creating board files and generating CAD designs on a computer. And shortly after I learnt the program, I started to shape boards as well. So the two go hand in hand. And you know, if someone today said, "Are you a shaper or are you a surfer? Are you a designer? What are you?" And I'd say I'm probably equal parts all of those things. You know, first and foremost a surfer, and I feel like I have a really high level of understanding about surfing and technique and surfboards and what certain surfers need in terms of their equipment. And I'm, you know, now got over 15 years of designing and shaping experience under my belt. My brand is all about producing functional shapes that work really well, that support your ability. And as the name suggests, it's about putting volume into each craft that supports you and the way you want to surf. So I spent so many years when I was on tour trying to ride the least amount of volume possible in a surfboard, and now I try and ride the most or the maximum amount of volume possible and still maintain a really high level of usability and sensitivity and performance in all the boards that I make.